Hello and welcome back to James Chats with the show where I, James, sit down and chat with a friend. It's pretty self-explanatory. Today I have Cole Jenkins. How's it going, man?
Great. I'm excited to be on your show.
I'm excited to have you. So for the folks at home who do not know who you are, why don't you just give them a little rundown?
Sounds good. My name is Cole Jenkins. I'm a music YouTuber. I make different music videos. They're all kind of quirky and different. And I also work as a composer, so I write music for video games and films and different stuff like that. Just like music guy through and through. It's my whole life.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He does the music thing, and he does it really well. So for those of you who are new to the show, I have a couple questions of my own, as well as some Twitter questions from you, the viewers at home. So you want to jump into this?
Let's do it.
Now, you mentioned that you're a composer, and you really like music.
Yes.
And recently, you made a video for Coco.
Yes, I did.
Coco. You're also
Yes,
you're also a big Disney fan as well.
Very big Disney fan.
Very big
sure.
Disney fan. And okay, I'm gonna play a quick clip of this video because it is remarkable.
Let's do it.
I sing a secret song to you. Each night we all part. Remember me.
All of the sounds were created using chocolate.
Yes.
So Coco, aka
Coco played with Coco.
Coco played with Coco.
Homonyms are fun.
So can you just dive into the creative process that went behind that? Like, what did you have to do to go from point A to point B being the finished video?
So it started off as an idea, as most great videos do. I don't toot my own horn. I think it's a pretty good video.
It's a great video.
But first thing I had to do was gather chocolate supplies. So Heather and I went to the store and we just like raided every corner of the store that had chocolate and took them home, and I had to just kind of look at them objectively and say, how can I create sound with this? And like imagine them as instruments, like what would make a snare type sound, what would make a kick drum, etc. And from there we took those and I recorded them like almost like sampling instruments back in the day, and created a sound library to play and make the music. And we filmed that and cut it and edited it all together in this like really hectic, choppy little thing that like made it like it's like sampling video. And Heather did an amazing job editing that video. Leo's performance is incredible. It was just a time-consuming but like so worth it video. It's awesome. So
do you have an estimate for like from start to finish about how long does something like that take?
We definitely put over 100 hours into it. We started that at I think like December 26th is the day that I went out and bought supplies, and we completed it February 28th, like 4th or something like that. So it was like almost a 2-month process.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Now, can you think of any fond memories from recording? Because I mean, it took so long. There's got to be something that like happened that you look back on or like, you know what, that was a good video.
I don't know if I would say good, but there's definitely one memory that comes to mind. So at the end card, there's Leo and I, and we're just like devouring chocolate. And it's like a pretty playful little scene, but when we filmed that, it was like a minute-long clip, and I just like pulled a segment from it. And the way that clip ended was that at one moment I'm just like squirting Hershey syrup into my mouth, and it's like pretty over the top.
Yeah.
But Leo said something, and it was kind of funny, and I kind of broke character and I laughed, and that caused like a bunch of Hershey syrup to just fall out of my mouth, and I caught it in my hands because we're in the studio. And I'm just like, oh no, I don't know what to do with this chocolate. And Leo was eating Pocky, which are like the little like pretzel sticks with chocolate. Yeah. And he just took one, looked at it, and dug up like the biggest amount and just ate it right in front of me. And I like gagged and ran out of the room, and it was it was really rough. But yeah, so that's one of my memories of. It was funny. Leo thought it was pretty funny. It was funny.
Leo's a good guy.
Yeah, I love Leo. He's great.
So it's a really good video. Definitely check it out, and check out the rest of his videos, obviously.
Thank you. Yeah.
But that will be linked in the description down below. So moving on, you mentioned that you compose music for video games.
Yes. Yes.
And I know that you've always been into video games.
I've been a video game fan since like a toddler. My uncle and I used to like play the NES. And he taught me everything about video games. We played all the way up until he went to college, and like made me really like foster that excitement for video games at a young age.
Looking back on your childhood, what would you say are some of the most influential games that you played? Like, what are the ones that had like the biggest impact on your childhood?
Oof. So I'd say the game that had the biggest impact on me as a music lover, as a game lover, was Ocarina of Time, Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. When I played that, it just blew me away. It was the first RPG I'd ever played, and I just was like, wow, I didn't realize games could be so massive and like have so much and have a great story. And it was also driven by music. And at the time, I didn't play any instruments. I was just a music fan. And I was like, wow, I love how incorporated the music is and how much it drives this game. And that like made me immediately fall in love with video games and video game music, and became a part of my life.
If I were to have guessed any game, for you, it would have been Ocarina of Time, because it is an incredible game, but the fact that it so heavily implements music, it's your brand. It's your brand.
Exactly.
All right, so before we jump into these Twitter questions, I do have a gift for you.
Oh, really?
Yes, and I'm sure everyone is catching on by now that there's a gift in every episode. So I have that right here for you. So why don't you open that up?
All right. Oh, looks so a little official. JamesChats with bag.
Yeah, I used a glue stick.
Well, it was an official glue stick, I hope. Get some paper. Ooh, what's this? Oh, we got a little cocoa. Oh, a little cocoa tote bag. That's so cute.
Yeah. So you go to Disneyland a lot, as do I, and I know that having like a drawstring bag is one of the best things you can have at Disney.
For sure.
And obviously you're a huge fan of Coco.
Yes, I love the movie. I love the soundtrack. Like, everything about it is so good.
Yeah. So I found that on Amazon. I don't know if it's always this price. It was only $7.
What?
And this is like thick
material.
material.
It's good material.
Like, it's like a really nice drawstring bag. Maybe I got lucky. Maybe it's not always that price, but if it is always that price, then hop on it, because it's a really good bag.
We've got a new bag of holding for the parks.
There you go. There you go. All right, let's jump into these Twitter questions.
Yes, let's do that.
First question is coming from Sean. How do you choose which songs to cover, and do you do original songs? So a little two-parter there.
Yeah, that's a really good question. So choosing songs is a really weird and fun process where I'm not like most people where they just say, this is a good song, it would work with what's going on right now. I tend to find songs that like really resonate with me. Either I'm like, wow, this is catchy, I can't stop thinking about it, or I'm just like really excited to recreate. So like I just did a video of Why Should I Worry from Oliver and Company, which is like my favorite Disney film. And Billy Joel does that song, and it's just like so cool. Like, I love it. And I was like, I just need to make this song. And so that was the one I chose to do. So normally I pick songs that I just love and resonate with me, and I just want to make a version of it. The second part of the question was, do I make original music? Definitely. So I have a SoundCloud under my name where I have like all of my video game music I've made. So there's stuff on there that's like orchestral music and rock music and everything in between. But I also, I write original music as well, and I'm thinking about incorporating that in my YouTube channel in the future. Maybe doing some like jazz fusion original compositions in my studio. So look forward to that maybe.
Awesome. I will leave a link to that as well in the description. I didn't know you had a SoundCloud page.
Yeah, I do.
Well, I'm a
video game music though. I mean, it's cool stuff.
It's very niche.
Yeah.
You know, for those of you who are like, I love video game music. Yeah, check it out.
I love video game music.
Down below. All right, next question we got from Jessica. What Pixar soundtrack is your fave?
So, if it's going solely on soundtrack, I would have to say Coco. That soundtrack is so incredible and so exciting and fun. But if it's based off of score included, I would say Ratatouille. Ratatouille has like the most exciting orchestral score I think any Pixar film has ever had, and it's just awesome. Underrated too. I think that more people should appreciate the music that's in that film.
Definitely. Moving on to the next question. Natasha asks, what TV show theme song is your favorite? This is a good one.
Do I have to pick one?
You can pick a few.
Okay, so Dexter is one of my favorite TV shows, but also the theme, I think, that for that show is just unbelievable. Because it's like super playful and fun, but it's also like dark and sinister.
Yeah.
And it is like perfectly captures Dexter as like the psychopath killer aspect. Is awesome piece of music. The Simpsons, which I believe Danny Elfman wrote the score for like the opening sequence, is so amazing and like so iconic. I love that piece of music. And Doctor Who, I would say, is a really good one because of like it's like such an iconic sound of what sci-fi music became, and they use like a mini Moog for the bass on that, and it's just like the production is really cool. Doctor Who theme song is awesome.
So good. I mean, I am a firm believer that the best theme song of all time is the original Pokemon theme song.
Oh yeah, no. So that's an awesome piece of music.
I don't think any theme song will ever top Season 1 Pokemon.
When Pokemon Go came out, that night that it came out, Heather and I were driving all over Ohio, and we were just blasting that song in our car catching Pokemon. It's like, I love that song. It's really fun.
It's so good.
It's amazing.
It's such a jam.
Yeah.
It's such a jam.
For sure.
All right, moving on to the last question. Erica would like to know, who are your biggest musical influences?
Ooh. I could talk about that for like ages. But I guess if I had to like cut it down to like 2 people that influence me and make me want to create and make music, the first one would be a band called Snarky Puppy. They're a jazz fusion group, and they are just like stanky. Like in the jazz world, they were just like the awesomest jazz group ever. And every time I put on one of their records, I'm just like, man, I need to hit the studio. I need to practice my craft. I need to be playing my instruments because they are so dope. So they like really influence me and make me want to make music. And then also Sufjan Stevens, who is a like folk artist from Michigan, and I'm from Ohio, and I think that he really captures the Midwest sound. When I think of like what my area of the world feels like in music, he is the guy. And so when I hear his music, it just like I feel that nostalgia of like home, and I just want to make music like that, and he like makes me excited to just sit down and write. So I'd say those: Snarky Puppy, Sufjan Stevens, lots of S's. Part of my playlist probably gets played a lot.
You saying that reminds you of home made me think of Creedence Clearwater Revival.
CCR.
Loved CCR.
You love CCR?
My mom listened to CCR constantly.
That's awesome.
And so I totally feel that nostalgia thing. That okay,
sure.
this takes me home. I like that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me. This is fun.
Yeah. No. This is. I love this. I get to do this all the time, and it's great.
I needed to create something like this. Give me a fancy little BB-8.
Yeah. You get a BB-8 and some cards that you get to throw around.
Yeah.
It's fun. Where can they find you?
So you can find me in a bunch of different places. One of the main places right here on YouTube. My name is Cole Jenkins Music of the channel, but you can also just search my name, Cole Jenkins, and you'll find me. Twitter, I am Cole A. Jenkins because Cole Jenkins Music's too long for Twitter. But everywhere else is Cole Jenkins Music, so Instagram, SoundCloud, etc.
Very cool. That'll all be linked in the description down below. And make sure you're hitting me up on social media,
Yes.
JamesChats with, if you want to submit questions for future episodes and just to know what's happening with the show and, stay connected.
Awesome.
All right, thanks again for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode.